Hi everyone, I hope you all are doing well. I love you all so much and I missed you all. Thank you for being here and I'm so sorry I've been missing in action. The reason behind me not being able to upload is that I had a wonderful extended family time, especially with my little nephew whose adorable naughtiness you have all witnessed in my uploads. Spending time with him has been such a joy and much needed break, and I assure you that I will be consistent going forward. Without any delay, let's get started. There comes a point in time in life when you realize you want more, whether it's because you're tired of being in the same place, or you are ready to move for the next level, or you have fallen off from where you used to be and you need to get back, or you have just never known or felt like you actually have your life together and you want to know what that feels like. You want to live that life, but maybe your environment or your old habits get in your way of your progress, or everything just seems so overwhelming and you just don't know where to start. I totally understand, and that's why today I would like to share a few tips to get you started, or to remotivate you on your road of productivity and achievements. We will go over a few proven tips and habits to help you get more done, make the most of your time and get ahead. Sunday Reset with Reema, episode 24, Top 10 Ways to Skyrocket Your Efficiency. My first tip for achievement and productivity is to drop the excuse. I think we are at a place now where we can talk like this, and I know if I'm telling this, it's coming from a place of love. It gets to a point in life when you have to get real and ask to yourself, do you want this or not? When I lose focus and when I feel like slacking, or when I get into a pity party mode, I will literally ask myself, do you want this or not? If no, then just leave it alone. If yes, then you have to move like you want it, because the fact the matter is, everyone on the face of this earth has a story. Everyone has hardships and situations, but when it comes down to it, 9 out of 10 times the truth is there is someone who is less than in you and is doing more than you. There is someone who is going through worse, yet they have chosen to thrive. Usually the biggest difference is how badly they want it. More, they made the decisions not to let anyone or anything stand in their way. So if you don't want something, just say that and stand on it. But enough of the I want to but excuses, because that's like wanting to walk on both the sides. It's like I want the credit of saying that I want better, but I also want to pass for my inaction by providing an excuse like I want to be healthier, but no one in my family cooperates with me. Meanwhile, there are people buying ingredients and meal prepping salads at work, or going to salad bars, or doing different kinds of diets and walking on their lunch break. Okay. Or for example, if you tell a woman who's been complaining to you about how bad her relationship is, that she deserves better, and she says, I know I want better, but girl, you have been with him 5 to 10 years. So what does that mean? That you want to suffer for another 20, 30, 40 years because you have suffered for the last 5 years or 10 years? Just drop the excuse, drop the buts, start saying, I want better. Period. Once you do that, you will realize in most situations, 99.99% of the times, where there is a will, there is a way, and you can make it happen. So the next step is to know what you want to achieve. I'm saying this on both macro and micro scales. Know what you want to achieve for the day, the week, the month and the year, but also what you want to achieve for the next 5 years from now and in your lifetime. Of course, life can always throw curveballs at you, but you still want to have some general direction in both big and small things, like you you try to choose your major before entering college or as early as possible, so that you can spend those next 4 years earning credit towards a specific degree. So if you spend all the time hopping from one topic to another, yes, you would have a bunch of credits, but not enough in any one subject to graduate. Knowing what you want to achieve beforehand allows you to do some groundwork and build a foundation for what you want in a longer term. So, do you want a promotion at work? Great. Being late every day or having those terrible attitude that no one wants to be around doesn't help your chances, no matter how good you are at your job. Know what you want to achieve and start building that foundation today. The next step is to understand the difference between being busy and being productive. There are so many people running around all the time, exerting all types of energy but not really doing anything. Being productivity requires doing things that are necessary and beneficial for you. Productive activities should contribute to your happiness, your peace, and your bigger life goals and plans. You also want to be doing the right things at the right times for true productivity. The next step is to remove barriers when you are trying to break a bad habit like eating a junk food. They tell to make it, when you're dieting, to make it as difficult as possible. Either keep it out of the house completely or make it difficult to reach, like keeping it in a higher cabinet or something like that. Well, for productivity, you will want to do the opposite and make it as easy as possible for you to succeed. You want to remove all the barriers you possibly can. You want to work out in the morning, then lay out your gym clothes and pack your gym bag the night before. Or you want to dress better or put yourself together a little bit better, instead of trying to convince yourself that okay, you're going to wake up 30 minutes earlier every day and sort all the things out. Just choose and try an outfit for the week on the weekends and set aside the products you use on a daily basis and create a signature look that you can do quickly every day. So if you want to read more, keep a book in your handbag so you can capitalize on any free time wherever you are, whatever it is that you want to do. Try to think about things that have gotten in your way or maybe get in your way, and find ways to avoid or bypass those obstacles ahead of time and make things easier for yourself. The next step would be to have a routine, to write down your plans and have a routine. There's something about putting pen to paper that just makes something feel real. When you keep your ideas in mind, it feels like, they're just floating around in the atmosphere. Somewhere it's also a lot more likely, like it may slip your mind because, you can only hold so many thoughts in your mind on the same time. So get into the habit of writing it down, even, if you move them to a phone or other devices later on. Write it down first to lock it in. When it comes to planning in detail, don't just jot out the major events. Include smaller things as well. Also include the things that aren't finalized, but maybe you are considering it when it comes to having a routine. So you want to create that muscle memory by trying to do the same things at the same time as often as possible. So if you eat around a certain time every day, you will notice your body begins to crave around that same time. And if you go the same way for your work every day, you will notice you will start to make your turns without really thinking about it. So when you start doing the same things at the same time every day, your body and mind will get into the habit and you will find yourself to do certain things on an autopilot mode. So you will find that it might feel kind of weird to do anything else during that allotted time. Having a set time and set order of doing things make it less likely that anything will fall through the cracks. The next super simple hack is to increase your productivity is to give yourself deadlines. Even if they are completely arbitrary, something just clicks in your mind once a date or a time is attached to it. Maybe we are a little institutionalized by school and due dates, but start trying to say, I will have these conversations I've been putting off with my boss by this specific date. I will book that flight for this vacation by that specific date. I will have my outfits picked out by 8 p.m. Sunday, or make my phone calls all before lunch while people are fresh, more attentive and more helpful. So whatever it is that you need to do, try to give it a specific date and time to be completed by. The next step is to multitask smartly. As someone who multitasks more than I should, I still have to speak the truth and share that studies have shown that many people think they are better at this than they actually are, and that multitasking can make you up to 40% less productive than you would have been if you did one thing at a time. Some people are better at juggling multiple things than the others, and there are certain activities that require our full attention. That being said, I think there are ways to multitask smartly, especially combining low stake activities like putting on a face mask before sorting out a laundry or cleaning your dishes, or getting that skincare in while you tend to do or catch up on your TV shows while you are on a treadmill, instead of just being a potato binging on the couch, or make your social calls while you cook and meal prep, or listening to helpful podcasts while you communicate, especially in the finance, productivity and self-help spaces. So you can combine something you need to do with something that helps you improve yourself. So now that we have talked about multitasking smartly, the next step is to incorporate deep work. Deep work is a state of peak concentration that lets you learn hard things and create a quality work quickly. It's basically a time where you really dive into your work with no distractions. There is a great book on it, and that I highly recommend, by Cal Newport, who actually coined the term deep work. Now we all love a great break, a little scrolling, a little background song, or a chit chat with a coworker. I know I like to use some downtime to answer some comments and chit chat with you all, not at the expense of my work. Of course, I want you to try spending 2 to 4 hours a day engaged in deep work and see how that affects your productivity. It will skyrocket. I think we know what that looks like in a corporate sense. So just truly focusing on work that needs to be done, and maybe even finding better ways to do it. So same goes for if you are a student, just doing that and until uninterrupted work and uninterrupted studying. But you can also practice this as a stay-at-home mom, for instance, where that can look like zeroing in on whether you are making the most of your time. Are you making time for you and for your self-care? It can mean taking some time to really take a closer look at your family life. Is there a way to create more family time and strengthen those bonds? Maybe need to carve out a little more one-on-one time with your husband, where whatever your lifestyle is, try to find some time to be extra present and do some deep thinking and some deep work. The next step is to stay on top of the little things. There are some big things and events that we tend to stay on top of: the birthdays, anniversaries, kids' soccer games, vacations, wedding works and school deadlines. The things that would be kind of devastating if we missed, but as they say, devil is in the details. So stay on top of the little things, and usually less exciting things as well, like things like your bank statements, applying sunscreens, or just touch base chats with your husbands and kids, or manicuring your nails, the little checks and calls with your loved ones, deep conditioning your hair, cleaning out your handbags, etc. Small negligences over a long period of time can really add up to major problems or major inconvenience. My final tip is to rest and relax. Taking a day off, spending a day doing nothing, taking a day trip or vacation, or having a night out are all forms of relaxations where your body and mind can take a break, recuperate and reset, allowing you to be more productive. When you return to your work and when it comes to resting, sleep is one of the most underrated health, beauty and wellness tip. There's a reason why sleep deprivation is a form of torture. You can't think straight, you are easier to manipulate, and you tend to make mistakes that you usually wouldn't. You are also hungrier and you will crave the absolute worst foods because lack of sleep causes your hunger hormone to go into overdrive. Lack of sleep also has an effect on just about every part of your appearances, from bags to dull skins to speeding up all signs of aging. We are all for aging gracefully, but I don't think anyone is trying to age forcefully or aggressively. For some reason, some people think not sleeping is a flex, not realizing how much they are cutting into their potential productivity and how much energy your body uses when you are running on or little sleep. Just to keep your eyes open or to keep you moving and putting one foot in front or the other, and even if you don't feel it now, it will definitely catch up on you. So simply put, you cannot be your most productive when you are sleep deprived. So whether you need 5 hours a night or 9 hours a night, get the sleep you need so you can be your most productive and function at your highest level. So these were a few tips on how to jumpstart your productive journey or how to get back on it if you have fallen off a little bit and be your most productive, high achieving self. And I will see you soon. Until next time, bye.